video will help you understand the many ways dogs try and communicate with us and help you understand their unique language. Just like humans, dogs try to communicate with us, but it can be difficult to understand what they're saying. The great thing about all types of dog breeds is that they will not fake their emotions, so it's important for you to learn their communication language and understand what your dog is trying to tell you. Dogs communicate with us using different parts of their body, such as the tail, ears, eyes, face, and other forms of body language. The tail is one of the most easily recognised forms of dog communication for humans. But did you know that a dog's tail can communicate a range of emotions? For example, a slow wagging tail means your dog is feeling cautious, and a stiff tail held high means your dog is on high alert. A low tail means your dog is feeling content, but a tucked tail between their legs means he is feeling scared or uncomfortable. If your dog is wagging his tail enough to make his whole butt wiggle, well then he's just delighted to see you. The way a dog holds their ears is my favourite way that dogs talk to us and will tell you a great deal about what they're feeling. Perky ears show us that a dog is very intrigued in what's to come next and highly focused. Droopy ears are a sign of submission, while ears pinned back mean the dog is unhappy and uncomfortable. Generally, the more flattened the ears are, the more submissive the dog is being, whereas the perkier the ears, the more interested the dog is. Dogs communicate in subtle ways with their eyes. Sometimes you may notice that your dog is staring intently into your eyes. This is your dog's way of saying, "I love you." Constant eye contact from your dog is their way of showing their trust and affection towards you. Think of it as an understated "I love you." On the other hand, avoiding eye contact with you is a sign that your dog is feeling uncomfortable, scared, or cowering after doing something naughty. When a dog shows the whites of his eyes, it is sometimes referred to as whale eye or half moon eye. When a dog exhibits this behaviour, it is often a sign of nervousness. If your dog exhibits this behaviour in response to something you're doing, you may need to back off or reassure him. When you approach your dog, does he look at you or turn his head away? If your dog turns his head away from you, it may be because he is overwhelmed. To help your dog understand that you don't intend him any harm, you can offer back a head turn of your own, or yawn and sigh. If you yawn in front of your dog, he might decipher it as either you are under some kind of stress and leave you alone, or will react and yawn too. Neuroscientist Robert Provine has done extensive research on yawning that shows that in dogs, yawns often come during moments of transition from one behavioural state to another, such as waking up, falling asleep, going from an anxious state to a calm state, or moving from boredom to alertness. You've no doubt seen your dog settle in for a nap with a big, satisfying yawn just before they rest their head and drift off to sleep. But dogs yawn for many reasons, so it's best to look at the wider context of their body language for true meaning. If your dog licks its lips in a blend with a yawn, this can be an unmistakable sign that they're stressed or feel confronted. It's a typical motion by young puppies around grown-ups. In grown-up dogs, licking can be important for the dog's sexual conduct as it discovers compound signs on grass and the private parts of other dogs. In addition to face and tail movement, dogs also try to communicate using the rest of their body. If your dog rolls over and bares his belly to you, he is submitting to you and initiating this gesture to appease you. Belly rubs welcome, of course. Dogs also communicate with each other this way as a sign of passive resistance to avoid any confrontation. If your dog faces you and dives into a bow with his front legs on the ground and his butt in the air, this is known as the play bow, and it's your dog's way of telling you it's playtime. Try play bowing back at him. Your dog will be grateful that you're trying to speak his language. Dogs also communicate that they want attention by raising a paw and touching you. You probably see this most often when you're sitting down and your dog approaches you and puts a paw on your knee. In puppies, this is communicated by pawing the air repeatedly. Leaning against you is your dog's way of trying to cuddle with you. Cuddling against you is the best way to show affection for his favourite human. While all these methods of communication are common amongst all dog breeds, it's important to remember that every dog is different. To maximise you and your dog's happiness, the best thing you can do is observe your dog's habits, movements and mannerisms so you can begin to understand the ways your dog specifically communicates with you.